Right. Hello there. I'm Dr. Allie. Good to see you. Now, let me just get everything working. So it's great to see you here, and thank you for joining us today in Unlock Your Potential. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some amazing wellness technology that is transforming lives across the globe. And I came across this technology in February 2023. It has transformed many lives, including mine and the people that I've spoken to about it. So bear with me and let's see where we're going. Screen, share screen. Okay. Slideshow. Presenter view. Sort those around. Yeah, that's looking good. Entire screen. Ooh, that looks like it might do the trick. Lovely. There you go. Hello there. I'm Dr. Allie, and I am I've been a GP, a general practitioner in the UK NHS for 30 years. I've been a doctor for 30 years, and I've been a GP for 25 years. Yeah. And so the things that I love about this is that it's helped me and it helps other people with a lot of problems with their health, but also with their financial stress, as well as health stress and emotional stress. So let's come back to here. That's it. So I may look really well here, but I did burn out in about 2003-4, and that was when I started really discovering more about energy medicine. I was a full-time GP with 2 young kids, and I just wasn't having enough time with them. And what I discovered was that energy medicine and learning personal development, so learning better skills for protecting myself from the emotional draining that is part of being a professional, were really important in moving forward. I've been a deep thinker and a detective of sorts since birth, and I was always out on the farm when I was growing up, connected to nature, wondering what made things tick. I was all set to go to medical school, but in the summer of 1985, when I was 17, my ex-boyfriend, who was a boy racer, rolled his car and it stopped near the edge of the cliffs at Beachy Head, which is a well-known suicide spot. My back was broken in 2 places. So I was alive and determined to get to medical school, but I had a broken back, so I had chronic back pain. And even back then, before I started medical school, this was where I really started realizing the importance of a whole mind, body, spirit approach to chronic pain and chronic mental health issues, because not surprisingly, I had what would now probably be called depression as a result of having chronic back pain, and being on pharmaceuticals for the pain weren't really enough. So then I went into holistic, I went into general practice, practicing a level of holistic and lifestyle medicine from what I'd learned to do with my back. And then later I burnt out. That is an energy, a hormone balance issue due to adrenal overdrive, due to your adrenals being on tenterhooks because you're stressing so much. And later I trained in integrative medicine and functional medicine and energy healing. But I never forgot my roots and my mission, which is to help women and men globally to experience fabulous health, not at the expense of the planet. So I was shocked when, as a medical student, I heard that the estrogen from contraception and HRT was getting into river water and leading to the fish changing sex. But even more shocked when that was the last I heard of it. There was no call for a change in our prescribing, no call for women to find alternative approaches to contraception. we have more control over our lives because of contraception and HRT, but at the expense of the planet. There are other ways to improve our health. And contraception, we do need to be able to control that, but there are natural ways with that as well, as long as you pay attention. So I get to use my skills now to help tens of thousands of people to understand the imbalances in their bodies that can be reversed through something called functional medicine, which is where we look at the grassroots cause of a health problem, so they can lead a healthy and vibrant life, have what I term vibrant hormonal health. So are you ready to learn? And more importantly, are you ready to take action to protect your greatest asset, your health? So to get the most out of this training, I'd like you to turn off your mobile phone, turn off Facebook, unless you want to invite people to attend this talk. Stay focused and open your mind and heart to what we're going to talk about. This is a natural phototherapy patch which doesn't cost the earth in financially or in terms of damage to the earth. So have you been patched yet? These patches help to elevate copper peptides, activate our stem cells, and regenerate our bodies. It is amazing. So first of all, Lifewave. Lifewave is a company that's been going for 20 years now. It's a well-established company. And one of the most recent products it produced was the X39 patch, which is actually affordable stem cell reactivation technology in a patch. Now, you may not know this, but in actual fact, stem cell treatment, I mean, you may have heard of stem cell therapy and of peptide therapy. These are two modern types of therapy that the NHS rarely, if ever, affords. That's not true, rarely affords. Often it's very expensive. The stem cell injections are very expensive, and they tend to be either stem cells from a placenta or fetus, or stem cells from your own stem cells reactivated. But what we do with our patches, they are non-transdermal. There's no stem cells in them. They activate your own copper peptide, GHKCU, which in turn reactivates your own stem cells, which is amazing. And this has incredible effects. So I'm just going to play a little video that explains a bit of how it works.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. Lifewave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
So this is a really useful product, and there we go. So Lifewave itself, it was established in 2004, and it's now open in over 87 countries with over 180 patents. Now, if you know anything about product creation and intellectual property, getting one patent costs a lot of money. We're talking millions. And so to have over 180 is amazing. This company started with a turnover of $28 million in 2020. Well, that started, but there was a massive increase in its revenue from 2020 to 2022 and again into 2023. And one of the founding reasons for that is this new patch. It's projected to do up to $1 billion in 2025. David Schmidt is the CEO and inventor of X39. He's from an inventing family, and he specialized in age reversing. In 2008, he focused his attention on stem cell research, and the X39 patent took 10 years and $4.5 million to bring to market. This is part of the patent for the X39, and you can see that it includes activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, improved wound healing, and more as a result of elevating copper peptide. That's an amazing group of things, and we actually see that in action every day. The New England Journal of Medicine has stated that the number one indicator of wellness is directly correlated to the number of adult stem cells in the bloodstream. That means active in the body. Stem cells are cells with the potential to develop into any kind of cell needed. They have the incredible ability to heal and repair any organ or tissue, even nerves, even liver, even skin, anywhere that is needed, stem cells will be helpful. And while our need for adult stem cells increases dramatically as we age, few of them are released into our bloodstream all the time, and we have very little as we get older. So the fewer stem cells we have, the faster we age and the slower you heal. And you may have noticed, if you have older relatives, or if you yourself are growing older, that if you scrape your hand on something, it takes longer to heal when you're 70 than it did when you were 30. So, as you know, as it says here, a teenager has about 1 billion active adult stem cells. But by age 30, this number has dropped by 60%, and by 80, by 95%. So we've got this massive reduction over time. Thank goodness we've still got that 50 million, but that's not a lot in terms of what we need to heal. So what is GHK-Cu copper peptide? This has been referred to as the holy grail of anti-aging because it really does reduce aging. It's made, so the patch itself is made of organic nanocrystals between a bilayer film, and it's formulated just to activate your copper peptide, and that in turn reactivates your own stem cells. It's non-invasive, non-transdermal, and it's proper medical grade adhesive. So it very rarely causes any local reaction. If it does, then it's still just as effective if it's stuck to the inside of your clothing facing your skin. What does activating your stem cells result in? Well, we observe these in the people that we introduce this to. We see rapid pain relief, even the most difficult pain, the pain that as a doctor we are powerless to help. We get rapid pain relief. We get reduced inflammation in the body. That can be in joints, it can be in the liver, it can be in the skin, it can be in the eyes. There's inflammation everywhere, and all of the chronic conditions that you are aware of now, like diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, anything with itis in it, that means inflammation. But these other illnesses have an element of inflammation going on as well. So this patch will help with these situations. It supports wound healing, and we see that, and I'll show you some pictures in a moment that demonstrate that. We see improved energy and vitality, improved mental clarity. So this mental clarity, reduced memory loss and things, really, really marked. Enhanced sports performance, and in fact, part of David's journey is that he was patching the Olympic swimming sports team. Faster recovery from exercise and better stamina. And we get improved skin appearance because of increased collagen production. In fact, GHK-Cu itself is used therapeutically in the medical industry as injections to improve collagen and improve the skin appearance. But we can do it without those injections and without the costs attached to that. So how do you wear X39 patches? You wear it for up to 12 hours on and take it off for at least 12 hours to repair and rejuvenate. So you do need that time off in order to have its full effect. Then you throw away the patch, although some of us actually put that patch we've taken off onto our dogs, cats, horses, etc. But then we put on a new patch and repeat. It's not created for dogs and cats, by the way. It's not meant for animals. You can wear more than one patch at a time. You drink plenty of water. This is really important. The cases where I've seen people not respond is when they don't drink enough water. Cheers. So that assists the patches in communicating the different frequencies in the entire body. So what about long-term results with X39? These are some 80 case studies which used the X39 patch, and they are to be found on the website startx39.com and also thisisitinfo.com. We'll come to that in a moment. In the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset, and this is scientifically proven as a result of GHK-Cu elevation. Within 6 weeks, we find the brain becomes more balanced. Here we get reduced symptoms of anxiety and depression and PTSD. We generally feel better in our mood. Within 3 months, you find that your collagen is increased and you have a decrease in wrinkles. You get more hair growth, and that can be very marked. You get increased structural integrity of your skeletal and muscular systems. But I always say it's great to see these changes on your face, but that's actually a reflection of the anti-aging impact that's happening inside your body. It's not just about skin deep, if you know what I mean. Within 6 months, we also see the heart reversing in age. So the aging of the heart is now measurable with CT calcium scans. And in a recent study, 14 out of 15 people, and I know it's a small study, but still 14 out of 15 lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years after just 6 months of using X39. This is amazing. It really is. And as a doctor, there are things that I'm seeing improved that with a medical hat on, I would say were irreversible. Things like this, cardiovascular aging, things like neuropathic pain, which is nerve pain, things like Parkinson's disease. So these illnesses, just to reinforce that these patches are not intended to treat, cure, or ameliorate the symptoms of any disease, but what they do is they help the body to heal itself. So they elevate copper peptide, which in turn activates our stem cells, and that in turn causes the results that we observe in people. And the effect of that is age reversal. So we recommend a 90-day protocol. So a minimum of 90 days of the X39 patch for optimal results. Although that is a recommendation, we can see results in weeks, days, hours, minutes, and even seconds. So you may be one of those people, but don't give up if 3 weeks in you've still not seen any difference. We do recommend a health tracker, which I'll come to in a minute, to help you to quantify how you're feeling over time, because it's very difficult today to remember whether you had a headache 3 weeks ago, for example. Everyone's body is unique and different. And ideally, I recommend everybody use the X39 patch for a month for every decade of life on top of that 90-day protocol, because that's where you will see so much more improvement. And we do see improvement that increases over time. So everybody's body is unique and different. We recommend either wearing it on the nape of the neck there at the back or on the front just below the tummy button, and drink lots of water. I can't stress that enough. This website, thisisitinfo.com, is an excellent website. It allows different languages now, I think, and it's got all the information that you need if you want to find out more about the X39 patch. It shows videos about how it works, conversations with David, his talks to healthcare professionals. It includes the patents, it includes the science, and it also has a large number of testimonials on there as well. So a really useful website for you to bookmark and look at once we finish this talk today. This is David Schmidt again, and he really does feel that the X39 patch is his greatest achievement because it works so quickly. And this is something that really is an amazing thing, because so often we use supplements and things that we're not tangibly seeing a difference. We just trust the science. But with this, very often we see an actual improvement. And it seems like a miracle or too good to be true, but it's simply applying the magic of the stem cells to the human body, because at the end of the day, the human body is always trying to go back to homeostasis, back to health. And all we need to do is give it the building blocks to be able to do that. This is part of one study of, I think there are 15 individuals. This is one lady, which shows the reduction in inflammation in the body using special scans and an assessment of stem cell activity. And they also measured brain coherence, so how well the electrical waves are working in the brain. And in session 1 with no X39, you can see there's a lot of red here, a lot of yellow. You can see this red area here shows there's a lot of inflammation going on in the body. Here we have 3 weeks on X39 with no more inflammation and improved brain coherence. And here it's about the same after 6 weeks on X39. So in this case, there was this tangible improvement by 3 weeks. As you age, the stem cells in your organs, including brain, heart, liver, lungs, kidneys, and skin, just gradually go dormant, and we would like to wake them up. Here we have an image showing inflammation reduction within 30 minutes of using the X39 patch. Here we've got a lot of inflammation on the back and on the front of the torso. So this is measured through a special scan looking at inflammation and heat. And you can see within 30 minutes of the X39, there's a reduction in the inflammation, and this person experienced a reduction in pain. Here we have on the right, the joints of the hand, and this joint at the base of the thumb, it's the commonest place for osteoarthritis to start. It's very, very common for people to have pain here. And here you can see within 30 seconds of just carrying an X39 patch, this lady's inflammation had reduced and her pain had reduced and her function had increased. We also see reduction in inflammation in horses and dogs and cats and other animals. And so it's not just a placebo effect. These horses didn't know they were being patched, or this horse didn't know it was being patched. But you can see here a reduction in inflammation. Here we've got purple and white as being even more highly inflamed, the red areas. And you can see the reduction after use of a patch here. This is an amazing video that I'm going to show you, which may just leave you speechless. It did me the first time I saw it. This poor little dachshund. Look at that. Just cannot use its back legs. Then after 4 days on X39, same dog. Incredible for him to regain that use so quickly. So let's look at some of the visual effects that we observe in people. So these are cases where there's been an improvement using the X39 patch. So first of all, this lady here, here's day 1. So when she first started using the patch, after day 42, she's already got a reduction in the depth of the wrinkles here. And after a year, her whole skin has more light to it, more bloom, and the skin is better supported. Here we've got a lady with some wrinkles around the eyes, crow's feet, and you can see how much they're improved after just 45 days of using the X39 patch. Here we have a lady after a year, and there are so many changes in this lady's appearance. We see a reduction in the wrinkles around the face here. Again, the skin is clearer. The age patches are much less marked. We have an improvement in the eyelids and the ability to elevate them, and a reduction in wrinkles under the eyes, and various other improvements around the nose and mouth. Oops. And then this lady is amazing. I think she looks like I don't know, 10 years younger. We've got an improvement in the skin quality, reduction in age patches, reduction in wrinkles, reduction in the folds from the nose to the mouth. And generally, she's just blooming. This lady at day 1, day 30, and 5 months, you can see an improvement in the wrinkles in the lower face, but also in the skin of the neck as well. And this is something I've observed in myself as well, the neck and the upper chest, which is so often areas that are affected. Now, there are some other illnesses or situations, shall we say, where medicine doesn't really do anything. With vitiligo, it's an autoimmune disorder causing depigmentation of the skin. It shows up particularly in people with deeply pigmented skin, like this gentleman. And here, after just 3 months of X39, you can see how much better his forehead is and the area under his eyes. It's just incredible to see that improvement. Psoriasis is another autoimmune disorder. Now, this affects the skin, but it also affects the joints. And a high proportion of people with psoriasis will end up with psoriatic arthritis as well. Here we can see the skin appearance improving even after just 12 hours of X39, 36 hours and 10 days. This, as a medical doctor who understands psoriasis, understands how thick these plaques are, this is incredible. 10 days. And I have several patients in whom their psoriatic arthritis has improved markedly with the use of this patch. Here we've got wound healing after an operation. This could well be a carpal tunnel operation. So they've had an operation on their forearm, and even after just 12 days, there's an improvement. Such a massive wound healing here. And using the X39 before surgery as well will help that wound healing and that recovery. 3 months, this lady has something called Bell's palsy, where there's a paralysis of the nerve supplying this side of the face. The reason she's wearing an eye patch is because she can't close her eye properly. Unless you know that this lady has been stuck like this for 18 months, this may not appear that impressive. But this lady had already tried everything that medicine could offer. For 18 months, she'd been stuck with this facial paralysis from Bell's palsy, including the high doses of steroids, which are the traditional medical approach to this problem. After 3 months of X39, she is able to smile. She is able to use the muscles of the left side of her face there, and she's able to close her eye. Quite incredible. Here we have some more cases of wound healing, 21 days here, 5 days here. Now, I know that young people have a lot more stem cells than older people, so you'd expect him to heal up more quickly than this lady, but 5 days for it to disappear to this extent, that is amazing. And then this gentleman's obviously had a fall, marked lacerations, marked bruising around his eye, and after just 7 weeks, we've got a big improvement. This little boy shut his finger in the car door, I believe, and the end came off. The family took the tip to the hospital and really asked them the surgeons to sew it back on. They were reluctant to, because as far as they were concerned, there wasn't any hope. And as you can see, once the stitches were in place, it's looking pretty gangrenous. There isn't much hope for this fingertip. I wouldn't expect this to survive, but in actual fact, over time, and then at 21 days, he's got a fully functioning finger again. As well, again, we know that toddlers and children have more stem cells, therefore they have more healing ability. But this shows how the X39 patch will even improve things in youngsters. Hair loss. Well, what can I say? Hair loss is something we doctors just can't do anything with. There are a few drugs that can help, hair transplants and injections and things, but nothing like this where you're just sticking a patch on every day. And look, in this gentleman, that's improvement over 7 weeks. This one's improvement over 6 weeks. And this one with severe alopecia is showing such an improvement over 3 months of X39. So impressive. And then let's talk about athletes. So the patches, there's the X39. There are some other patches that help with stamina. The first patch that David created was the energy enhancer patch, which is why that's shown on the athlete, the first 3 athletes in this image. And that enhances energy for performance. So it's great for when people are building up to their big match, and then when they're playing their tennis game. But we also have the X39 helps. We have the X49, which helps with stamina. Carnosine helps with stamina and focus. There are lots of different patches, but the X39 is the main one we focus on because it does so much. So here we have Michael Phelps, Olympic gold swimmer, Serena Williams, top tennis player, David Beckham, top footballer, and Lorenzo Savadori, superbike champion. So I'm just going to play you a clip with David.
When I started Lifewave and was doing an evaluation of how to market this, I was thinking about radio and TV. I approached GNC, who wanted to market the product, looked at infomercials and talked to companies about doing that. We did some testing. And I had an experience where a fellow that was a business friend introduced me to somebody. We had a business lunch, and then he ran into somebody in a movie theater who was interested in investing in Lifewave. I met with that guy, and then he introduced me to a medical doctor who introduced me to another medical doctor who was friends with Coach Richard Quick at Stanford University. So in about a 3-week period of time, I went from sitting at a lunch in Buford to being out at Stanford University putting patches on Olympic swimmers with Richard Quick, a 6-time US Olympic coach. And when I really thought about that, I said, you know, this would never have happened with the product sitting on the shelf at GNC. Would never happen. This is all networking. I need to go back and reevaluate this. And so in July of 2004, I flew out to California. I was invited there by Coach Quick to see the Olympic trials. And when I landed, he said, well, we have an issue. The Olympic Committee thinks that there's drugs in these patches, and they want you to, explain what the technology is. So I met with this fellow, Dr. Scott Rodeo, explained what the patches were. They took them down to UCLA Microanalytical Lab, validated, there were only natural materials in the patches, and we were vindicated. But over 1,000 people contacted me wanting to buy the product and be a distributor for this new technology. And I was like, okay, the alarm bells went off. Clearly, what God is telling me, this is supposed to be a network marketing company. And 3 months later, on November 10th of 2004, we started.
Oh, sorry.
Started sales. We did $500,000 in business our very first month, and wow. 17 million in sales for 2005. So it was a very, very clear sign. This was where our home was supposed to be. Wow.
So that's the story of why it's a network marketing company, why it's direct sales. And a lot of people have heard things about direct sales or experienced things about direct sales, that have put them into a defensive place about it. But at the end of the day, direct sales is just another way to get product to consumer, and it avoids paying the middleman, it avoids paying the shop and the delivery and all the people in between the production and the customer, because all that the marketing money is doing is helping people to build businesses. So it's helping entrepreneur-minded people to address their own financial concerns or build a business or support a team. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, X39 is the foundation Lifewave patch. This is the one we recommend everybody try. It doesn't tend to have any side effects. A few people may get a detox reaction. About 10% it improves or reduces or stops if you drink plenty of fluids. Sometimes people do need to reduce the wear time from the 12 hours to 2 hours and build up gradually. So the supportive products that go with that include the X49, which is the most recent patch invented. This one impacts but muscle mass, bone density, and heart health. We do recommend its use with X39. The Icewave patch, which has an effect on pain reduction and ache relief. It has no side effects. And we're finding people are managing to reduce their use of analgesics with this. And we see people with improved neuropathic pain even. We'll talk about that later. The glutathione is an immune booster. It's the body's master antioxidant, and the patch increases our endogenous glutathione levels by 300% in studies. And that's amazing. Again, this is a non-transdermal patch. It's not passing glutathione from the patch into the body. It's activating the body's own glutathione. And this is much more powerful because at the end of the day, our bodies can heal themselves. The carnosine improves brain function, memory, and focus, and it actually lengthens telomeres. For those that know, that is a real anti-aging effect, because as we age, and if we age faster, we find that the telomeres, which are the caps on the end of the chromosome legs and arms, are shortening as we get older. So this is actually has been shown to improve aging. And then the Eon, which reduces stress and inflammation, it reduces inflammation throughout the body, including the brain. And we find that it really helps with anxiety and depression and mood problems. And then the Silent Nights, which regulates sleep and increases melatonin. It improves quality of sleep as well. And in one study, it increased the duration of sleep in insomniacs by 66%. Amazing. Energy enhancer, that was the one those athletes were using mainly. It increases energy, fat burn, endurance, so it's really good for athletes. The SP6 Complete, which is marketed for weight, appetite, and stopping cravings, but it also aids hormones and digestion. And when you look at the science, it's actually regulating the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. So it really helps to balance if you have burnout, if you have insulin resistance, if you have any of these issues to do with hormones, it helps to add to balance things out. And that includes my specialist area, which is women's health. So heavy periods and PMS, these sorts of things, and even menopause can be helped with SP6 along with X39. The Alavida, which is not available in the UK or South Africa, gives you vibrant skin and reduces wrinkles and builds collagen. Can't wait for that to come here. And then the AccuLife, which is now in the UK, according to my back office, not available in South Africa. It's basically exactly the same patch as the Icewave, but with different packaging aimed for animals, reducing inflammation and pain. So it's a great patch. Now, the Lifewave testimonials, we have the Telegram group. You can take down this URL. You can take a photograph and use the QR code and look at this later. But it's amazing place on Telegram, which I hadn't joined until I was looking at this really. But it's been sorted according to the part of the body or the issue that's been helped. So a whole load of fantastic testimonials. Hundreds of people have been helped just by our team with these patches. So we've got sciatica, Crohn's disease, vision, cramps. We have attention deficit disorder. We have gout, Lyme disease, hemochromatosis, nerve damage, weight loss, fibromyalgia, multiple sclerosis, live blood analysis improvement, depression, Parkinson's, rheumatoid arthritis, spondylitis, eczema, stroke, broken ribs, stenosis of the spine. And that's just a tiny portion of these amazing testimonials that we see. So when you go to Telegram, if you click on any of these, it will open up to give a list of relevant testimonials for that particular issue. And one of the things that I think is so good is that these are testimonials with real people. So they're people who've got glaucoma and scoliosis and psoriasis, not people with glaucoma who don't have anything else because they would have been excluded. And that's the way that pharmaceutical type trials are. So testimonials are real experiences of real people. So your next question might be, what are the prices? Well, let's take a bit of perspective here. Stem cell injections, It says here around 10,000 for a full course, but I have a patient's, a friend's client who is paying £35,000 per injection for 6 months, or every 6 months they're paying 35,000. I don't know how many actual injections they're having, and there's a 50% chance it won't work. We often see this, whereas the Lifewave patches we do see are more effective at a fraction of the cost. So yeah, we can't guarantee it's going to have a tangible effect. I can guarantee that it will have an effect, but you may not be aware of it. But most people, 97% of people, see an improvement within the 3-month, the 90-day trial period. So the retail price for the X39 patches is $149.95 plus whatever your country's tax and shipping are. So those tax and shipping are added right at the end, which can be a bit confusing and disappointing for people, I have to say. And then the other patches, those subsidiary patches, are $79.95. Now, if you want to buy them at wholesale price, you can, even as a customer, and we'll explain that later. The X39 and X49 are $99.95. Wholesale, and the others are $49.95 to $69.95 wholesale. So let's look at the enrollment kits, and we recommend that you consider buying an enrollment kit rather than just signing up as a customer, because of the way the business works. If you try them out and then decide, actually, this has been so amazing, I want to recommend them to my friends, and yes, I would value that extra income to help make these patches pay for themselves, or if you want to add it as a side hustle or really become an entrepreneur like myself and the brand partner who may have invited you to this talk. And if you change your mind and decide you do want to do the business, you'll have to start again buying from scratch. Whereas if you buy one of these enrollment kits, you've already got the basis for your business, because if you go from bronze to silver, you just have to pay the difference and get the difference in sleeves. So the bronze pack is $124.95 that's US dollars, and there's tax and shipping on top of that. So in the EU, it's euros. Everywhere else is US dollars. So that gives you one sleeve of X39. The silver pack at $299.95 gives you 3 sleeves of X39, or you can say have one sleeve of X39, one of X49, and 2 of these subsidiary patches, for example. Gold is $499.95 for 5.5 sleeves of X39. Obviously, we don't sell half sleeves, so that would be 5 sleeves of X39 and one of the subsidiary ones, or you can mix and match. So you can have, say, 2 sleeves of X39, 1 sleeve of X49, leaving you with 1.5 worth. So that's 3 of the other subsidiary patches. So you can just choose what patches you want to try out. And then the platinum, which is for the serious business person, and the diamond for the serious business person or clinics where you'll want to buy in some stock to try out with your clients. We recommend the diamond pack, and that contains 19 sleeves of X39. Again, you can mix and match. You can choose a lot of the subsidiary packs with that. And that gives you 3 months of your business being active. And it also has additional benefits. So that with the diamond pack, you're actually getting your X39 for only $84 per pack. So if you retail all of those, you're making a good profit on that. If you are a clinic, if you are wanting to, you don't have to be a clinic, but if you're really serious about this being the business. And if you want to start with gold and then you decide this is amazing, you want to upgrade to diamond, this is what I did back in February of last year. You pay the difference and you get the difference in sleeves. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Lifewave as a company. This is a booming industry. Cells and peptides are a rapid growth area. Health and wellness is a growth area. Since COVID, everybody is more aware of their health. But since the credit crunch, they're also aware of their finances. So that's where this is in 2 industries that really are up and coming. As we've said, it's open in 87 countries with 180 plus patents. And I'd like to reinforce to you that you really have an incredible opportunity before you today, the opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everyone around you. So this really is the right place, the right time, and the right product. There is no competition for this. So there's a place for everyone in Lifewave. You could be a wholesale customer, you could be a retail customer, or you could be a business builder, and we can help you with that. So I'd like you to think for the moment, what's most important in your life at the current time? Is it family? Is it time freedom? Is it security? Is it travel? Is it better health? Is it less debt? We have a roller coaster through our lives of different things that are the focus for us. And it may be any or all of these for you at this moment. So there are 4 ways to earn with Lifewave. One is the retail profits, where you're buying in at wholesale and you are selling at retail. The next is the product introduction bonus. So you get paid an affiliate fee for introducing people into your business. And that is it's a very good introduction bonus. It's enough for you to make your money back. This is why I immediately saw how good this company is from this point of view. Binary commissions, which add to your earning capacity, and the matching bonus, which we'll come to. So retail profits, you can purchase at wholesale, sale at retail. So for example, with the X39 and X49, your profit would be $50. With the others, your profit would be $10. There's a product introductory bonus. When you personally enroll a new member into the business, if you enroll somebody who is bronze, you'll get $15, silver $50, gold $100, platinum $150, and diamond $200. There is again this added bonus. If you are diamond for 3 months, you get paid at a higher rate for 90 days, and you would get paid $300 for any platinum you introduce and $500 for any diamond you introduce. And as you can see, that product introduction bonus really makes it possible to make your money back. I can't stress that enough, because if you bring in 3 or 4 diamond people during your first 90 days, you've covered your initial costs. It's just brilliant. Binary, you may know a little bit about network marketing. Often companies may require you to build 5 or more teams, but with us, you only build 2 teams, which means that that you're getting help from within your team, and it pays to unlimited depth, up to $25,000 a week on team commissions. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like something that I could really make use of. And then there's the matching bonus. So you get paid an additional matching compensation for the people who are in your team. And there are very good trainings on the compensation plan available. So I'd like to think about Richard Branson reminding us that if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure you can do it, the thing to do is to say yes now and learn how to do it later. Just don't miss this opportunity. Just to remind you, we do have weekly Zoom calls. So in Monday and Wednesday, we have 333 team calls at 7 p.m. UK time. Tuesday, we have usually at 8 p.m. I do one, and This Is It team does one every other week in English. There is an Afrikaans one on a Tuesday. If you're in America and Canada, there are more amazing presentations like this. I do a talk on the science of Lifewave at 8 p.m. UK time on this YouTube channel on Mondays, and on Fridays at 5 p.m. UK time, we also have an American presentation, which is a shorter one. Then we also have team training on Mondays for my team, Thursdays for the 333 team, including my team, and Saturdays for the This Is It team, including 333 team and my team, which is the Liberate Your Life online team. So there is lots of opportunities there. Let me just end the slideshow. Where are we? Excellent. So stop sharing. There we are. So I hope that was helpful to give you, just whet your appetite about this amazing business project, and the amazing capacity to heal, to help us to heal our own bodies. And I would really love you to reach out to us, to myself, or to whoever invited you to this video today, and just accept this opportunity to do something different with your life and with your health. This is an opportunity to transform your health and your wealth, and it gives us emotional, physical, spiritual, and financial health with this opportunity. So with that, I'm going to be finishing, because I like to try and keep it short, but it's a bit difficult when you like talking, and yes, so many amazing things to say and amazing testimonials. But do reach out to one of us to find out more. This is Dr. Allie, and look forward to speaking with you. Bye.